Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. I feel like I haven't chatted with you like this for ages because our last videos have just been from Mallorca, and since we've been back, we've just had a bit of a backlog from there, and we've been gradually posting that content. We're done with the Mallorca content now. I really hope you enjoyed it, and obviously if you haven't seen that, go through the last few videos where me and James were out in Mallorca doing some really nice bits of content. But now, we're back home. And obviously that wasn't the end of 2022 that I wanted, a DNF Ironman Wales and a DNS Challenge Mallorca. So not ideal. However, we are moving forward and we are planning for 2023. 2023 starts now. Oh well, it starts tomorrow because I'm actually officially getting into training starting tomorrow, ready for next year. As a bit of an update of what's been going on the last sort of few weeks since being back from Mallorca, I've gone through various tests with the GP, various stool samples. I won't talk any more about that, but if anyone's got any really good poo jokes, maybe drop them in the comment section right now. And see if you can make me laugh. And maybe I'll read a few of these jokes out in the next video. So if you come up with an absolute cracker, be sure to watch the next video. Anyway, things were pretty inconclusive from that, which was kind of a surprise. And so I've got blood tests next week, just to go through things a little bit further and dive into a little bit more detail about what's going on. But essentially, I'm managing to swim and bike pretty well. Some things are causing a little bit of discomfort, and then running is still a little bit of an issue. So we're still sorting things out, but we're going forward positively towards next year. And to be honest with you, I'm actually very much looking forward to some winter training. Obviously, being based down in Devon, I can imagine the winter down here is going to be pretty bleak and pretty savage with the conditions. But I'm very much looking forward to it, and I feel like I'm just going to put it out there now. 2023 is going to be my year, all right? I'm just saying it right now. Yeah, fingers crossed anyway. So going to be working hard towards that. And with that in mind, I just thought I'd mention, and I don't really know how to put this and how to word this in a good way, so I'm just going to say it. I am in the position where I am looking for some companies to help out financially for next year, whether that's to cover flights and accommodation for racing, training camps, stuff like this. As all you guys know, racing is incredibly expensive, and I'm trying to be the best pro athlete I can possibly be, and so it's incredibly expensive, and so I just wanted to see if anyone's got any sort of contacts in the corporate world, basically. So that's my idea. I'm trying to contact some corporate people in exchange for some money to go towards, like I said, flights, accommodation, all those things to help cover the season, so I can fully focus on the training and be the best athlete I can be. Obviously, I will offer publicity, branding on kit, stuff like that. But also, what I'd really like to offer is like workshop days, coming in and talking about health and fitness and making sure that I'm inspiring them as well, and kind of getting them to lead more healthy and active lifestyles. And so if anyone, this is a massive long shot, and like I said, I didn't necessarily know how to word this, and I don't want people out there watching this thinking, oh, Harry's, begging people for money and whatever. That's not the way it is. But as you know, or as you might not know, it's very difficult to come across sponsorship. And so, hey, I thought I'd use this platform and just say, if anyone watching this has got a contact in the corporate world and would be willing to share that with me, I would very much appreciate it. And yeah, so that's the kind of position that I'm in right now. And a little bit of a reminder for you guys, this month's Patreon competition is obviously going to be coming to a close because we're nearing November, which is pretty mad. This year's gone so quickly. I swear I say that every single year, but this year seems to have gone incredibly quickly. This month's Patreon competition, if you guys haven't seen it, because I don't think I've mentioned it on the channel, I will link it in the description below, so go and check it out. But essentially what I'm offering is a day for the winner to come down here and train with me, all expenses covered. So your travel, your food, everything will be covered. There is a little bit of terms and conditions, and the terms and conditions are You have to live in the UK. I wish I could afford to pay someone to come from overseas, but that's just not feasible for me, basically. But I wanted to offer something really cool and hopefully exciting for you guys to come down here and have a full day of training with me, and I will cover all of your expenses. So if that's something you're interested in, go and get involved in the Patreon competition. You can sign up for just 1 month if you want, and you don't really get much value from it. Or if you'd like to continue to sign up each and every single month, then you'll be entered into every month's competition without any extra work from you. And I would incredibly appreciate all of the extra support. And one more thing, I am hopefully going to be introducing a little bit more content for you guys over the winter. I want to make sure that I'm giving you guys as much value as possible, really, without taking too much away from, obviously, like training and everything like that, because that's ultimately the reason why I'm trying to be a pro athlete the best I possibly can be. But I also want to make sure that I'm adding as much value to all of you guys as possible. So if there's anything you guys necessarily want to see over the winter, drop it in the comments section below. I've got a few really cool ideas, and I'll also be working really closely with James, who produces some really, really high quality content for me, which is hopefully something you guys are enjoying. The sport is developing so quickly. I mean, as you guys will have seen, the Ironman World Champs in Kona, but also, yeah, the 70.3 World Champs just gone in St. George. The level of the sport has just been raised again. And I did mention in a previous video talking about the development of the sport and the fact that it's in a completely different place than it was 5-10 years ago. Well, the sport's completely different to even when it was a few years ago, really. Like, guys and girls are so strong now, and you cannot have a weakness. It's also becoming very apparent in triathlon, in long course racing now, that if you don't have a really good swim, if you don't come out near the front pack, you're pretty much out of the race, unless you're incredibly special and you've got some mega bike and run legs, you know. And there are guys out there that can come a bit further back out of the swim and they can still race incredibly well and position really well because they're uber bikers and insane runners. But it makes sense to try and really work on the swim so you don't have to absolutely bust your balls on the bike and run to make sure that you're even trying to get into the position that you want to be in, if that makes sense. So over the winter, there's going to be a real big focus on the swim as well, because if I can position myself, I think I've proved that I've got that ability in the swim, but like I said, the sport's just, the bar's been raised and I need to raise with it. And so if I can come out of the swim in the front pack, that just gives you a really good position already. And everyone's riding well now. Everyone's running well now. That it's so hard to come back from not being a really good swimmer. With regards to racing next year, I don't really have any idea what I'm going to do. I've qualified for the Challenge Championships. Can't exactly remember where that is, so that's probably going to be on the radar. I do want to do another full Ironman. Whether I'll do 1 full Ironman or 2 full Ironmans next year, not too sure. I'd like to maybe do 1 full early on in the season and 1 full later on in the season. I kind of feel like I need to go back to Wales and redeem myself, even though that was not enjoyable experience whatsoever, but I would like to go back and try and redeem myself as best I can. And with regards to any other races, I'm not too sure. If you've got ideas, if you know of some really good early season races, especially like full Ironman, then drop them in the comment section below. I'll basically see what happens when the pro calendar comes out, and we'll see what the situation is. But yeah, I hope everyone's looking forward to the content that I'm going to be doing over the winter. And yeah, basically just thanks so much for supporting this year. It's been a bit of a roller coaster of a year. There's been some ups, there's been some downs, that's for sure. And it's unfortunate to finish the season on a down, but I'm feeling really positive now going towards next year. And I know that I've got a lot more there. And yeah, I want to bring you guys along for the journey. So thanks so much for sticking with me. I really do appreciate it. I appreciate all the support from you guys. And yeah, just want to make it worth it for you. So please continue to follow along, like, share, comment, subscribe if you haven't done already. And I'll see you guys in the next video.